Hi, this is Kim Brenneman again with Home Plain and Simple, and I am talking about today working fast. This is what we do when we don't want to do the work, when we are pressed for time, or when we simply don't feel like it. But first, I'll just do some chatting and wait to see if anybody wants to join me today. So I'll start with telling what I've been focusing on the last week. The weather was beautiful and warm early in the week, so we did a lot of outside work. We planted garden, we pruned trees in the orchard, picked up sticks, cleaned off a lot of beds, tilled up a new garden, planted seeds, and that kind of work. Then it got cold and windy, and I moved inside, and I've been working on my schoolwork, which is mentally exhausting. So the first part of the week, I physically exhausted myself because I'm out of shape. I haven't done anything all winter. Well, not much, except for do lots of schoolwork and occasionally walk on my treadmill. Not often enough. And then the end of the week, I totally have burned out my brain on my schoolwork. And I'm tired. I actually took a nap on the couch this afternoon, which is so unlike me. I am not a napper. When that happened, I knew I was tired because I slept good last night. I had a long sleep. So that was a little bit eye-opening to me that I'm tired. I'm just tired. And then plus, I think also the stress of the world is kind of weighing on me, and I am feeling that even though I'm trying to do all the right things for stress management, and I'm trying to monitor how much I pay attention to the media and try not to get caught up in it. But it's kind of hard when every time I open my phone or we turn on the TV news, that there is news about COVID, and there's these graphs and all this news that it's hard to decide, is it true? Is it not true? What's true? It's true. Yes, it's true. And then you hear, no, it's not true. What I know is nothing, it feels like. I mean, in rural Iowa, things have come to pretty much stand still for the most part, except for it's spring and agriculture is happening. So that is not different, but what is different is that the kids are home from all their activities, and that's kind of weird. It's just a weird world right now. So yeah, stop watching the news. Good idea. Each day that goes by, I think the less I am going to watch. I don't want to know. Or do I want to know? There's that fight in me. And so, I might have some joiners. We talked about this because I told the girls today that I'm going to talk about working fast. And I also, each time I do a video, I walk around the house or, talk to whoever's around. And whatever they're doing, I say, hey, do you want to join me? And sometimes they say yeah, and sometimes they're like no, and then maybe. Well, today some of the girls said, we have to bed the calves, but we're going to try and do it in 20 minutes, and then we'll join you. Perfect example of working fast, because they seemed like they wanted to join today. So they raced outside to bed the calves, but they haven't come back. So we'll see if they join me or not. So I'll just start talking about that, working fast. I talked about how I was tired and I was laying on the couch because I was physically and mentally exhausted. Brain juice was gone because I used it all in my school. I talked about that yesterday. How yesterday it was all about anxiety, and then today my school was about depression, and there was stuff about bipolar and mood disorders and postpartum depression and just random stuff, and it was heavy stuff. And that burns out my brain. I'm supposed to remember all this stuff. So I decided to just chill out on the couch for a while and scroll through Pinterest, and then I fell asleep. And then I decided, okay, time to wake up, get going. What do we got to do around here? The kitchen is a complete disaster, so we have to work fast and hard to get that cleaned up before supper. Because how many times have I written about, and how many times have I said, it is no fun to go into the kitchen to make something when there is a mess from earlier in the day. Well, I walk in the kitchen, that's what there is. I said, this is probably going to take a good half an hour to clean up. But then if we also add in cleaning up while we're making food at the same time, the whole thing is going to take an hour. And then I decided, okay, that's what I'm going to talk about today. Working fast, working hard in a short amount of time. Yesterday or the day before, sometime recently, I talked about working in chunks of time, 15-minute increments. That's a great way to manage a low energy situation when you're maybe overwhelmed, maybe you're just chronically tired because you're pregnant, or you're chronically tired because you have little children that are getting up at night, babies. Maybe you're depressed. That kind of thing can just waylay us, and we are laying on the couch all day. To manage the home then, while you're laying on the couch, doesn't work so well. So working in 15-minute increments is a good way to manage that. Well, another way of managing time and getting work done that needs done is to set your timer and work as hard and fast as you can for a set amount of time. We're going to use an hour today, an hour. So I like to set the timer, and which day the end point is going to be supper. Sometimes, like when we're working outside, sometimes the end point is we're trying to beat the weather. We're trying to, we know that there's storms coming or whatever. It's going to rain or it's going to get cold. And we want to get all this work done as fast as we can. So that's the end point. So having that end point, whether it's a timer with ticking, or if it's the weather, or you are going to eat, or you have to leave the house at a certain time, and all these things have to happen before that can be your end point. But mentally knowing we, or I, if your kids are little or they're gone, they've moved on, and it's all on you, it's like a mental game. I'm going to work as hard and fast as I can for an hour. Maybe it's half an hour, maybe it's 2 hours, but a set amount of time. And then just go. Make the distractions go away. Put your phone on silent. Don't answer any notifications. Keep the news or the TV off. Anything that's distracting. Choose your music carefully, because that can make us move faster or slower. Maybe you want to work hard and fast, but you want to keep like this Zen place going, where you're all calm and relaxed while you're working. Then choose that kind of music. Choose a kind of music that's gonna keep your emotions and your mental state in a calm, steady place while you're working. That's one way of doing it. If you're not pressed for time. If you are pressed for time, I really think it's helpful to put on something fast and just go. That is kind of goes with the whole done is better than perfect that we also talked about recently. It's not making it perfect. Perfect a lot of times takes time. But this is about just getting something done as quick as you can. You can come back to it another time to make it perfect. But getting something done is more important certain times, especially the kitchen, the place where you have to do all the work, not all the work, but most of the work of a day is food and cleanup. So meal times, and then the cleanup afterwards. I don't know what happened today. I think one person, a lot of times it's one person, didn't do their job. Sometimes it's the person who didn't unload the dishwasher because if the dishwasher is not unloaded, then the person who is supposed to load the dishwasher can't load it. And then the dishes pile up, and then the person who's supposed to wipe the counters can't wipe the counters because there's dishes on the counters. So a lot of times it goes back to one person didn't do their chore. So that means I need to figure out when we go to the kitchen, who in the house did not do their job today. Sometimes there's a reason for it. Like, today one of the girls was gonna do the video with me, and then one of the other girls came in and said, hey, I need someone to help me bed calves. So, sometimes it's just that simple. Some other work takes priority over their chore. Of course, priority is subject to the people involved. And sometimes it's, which job is more fun? Going outside with my sister to bed calves, or my really boring chore of loading the dishwasher or unloading or whatever the job is. Understand what I'm saying? That is not exactly what happened, but I'm just using it as an example of the reality of living in a family and having work to do and being flexible and gracious with each other. I'm not going to get angry at the person unless there is a real reason to get angry about, but dishes, that's not an angry thing. So yeah, that is what we're going to be doing here shortly, is 1 hour of getting that kitchen back in place and getting food out for supper. If this was helpful, if you have any ideas to talk about further, if you have any questions, let me know. I'd be happy to answer them. Tell your friends about the ebook. It is a quick start guide that is like a really short version of my book, and it's affordable. It's the price of a cup of coffee. If you have friends or family who are not accustomed to being at home, but they are now, or maybe someone who's just feeling overwhelmed, this is a quick start guide that can help get them going. It also has a bonus chapter in the back about homeschooling. So if you know someone who is at home and they're not used to homeschooling and their kids are not home, and let them know. There's also on the website, there's a free resource library that has a ton of resources, and you just gotta drop your name in the email for the email newsletter, and then there's also newsletters that come out every week that we make. My daughter Bridget helps with all of that. And what we've talked about today, I'm actually creating a blog post for. So there'll be a new one for that coming out. And yeah, so drop me a line, send me a message. If there's something you want me to cover that you have struggles with or questions about, let me know, and I'd be happy to talk about it, or we can add it to the list of things that that we're writing about, and we're happy to help. Okay, so let your friends know and let me know. Thanks. Bye.